There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot.
Well, breaking fucking news, folks. Seems somebody just took a shot at one of the Fanta-Fastest favorite 5-mile wide mouthpieces, Charles Chucklefuck Kirk.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
And goodness knows the wicked's lives are lonely.
Were you afraid that day?
I was very afraid.
Are you afraid now?
I am afraid because I know there's people that disagree with my actions on January the 6th. But I hope they understand I did my job and there was imminent threats and danger to the members of Congress.
In the chaotic minutes before Lieutenant Michael Byrd shot and killed rioter Ashley Babbitt, a cascade of alarming messages crackled through his police radio.
The yells for help and, officer down and screaming as they're being assaulted.
Hey, welcome to Boomer versus X. Come one, come all. You wanted the best. Now, once again, you're going to get the best. Where is he? Where is that man? Hey, Boomer.
Hey.
How you doing?
Welcome back, everybody, to another show. Thank you for coming back. To all the new subscribers, we got new subscribers.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that alert button.
Make it a New Year's resolution. I'm going to work out. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to get a new wife.
Maybe 2 wives.
Yeah. Go be a Muslim. Be a Mormon.
Be a Mormon.
Yeah.
There's lots of women out there. Anyways, There's a lot going on.
It's only the new year. We're in January.
Yeah, the
whole
world
is going to scrap.
Yeah, the whole world should be burnt to a cinder soon.
Yeah.
Well, the whole left, every Democrat on earth is furious. They are furious.
As always.
Do you know why?
Because they've got PMS.
Yeah.
Toxic tampon syndrome, whatever that was called years ago.
Well, technically, we got some sort of form of toxic masculinity. There was an ICE agent that shot a woman dead.
Yep.
It happened in Minneapolis.
Really? Minneapolis? Minnesota? Woo!
It's so law-abiding there, isn't it? Let's take a look at what's going on.
Agent shot and killed a woman in Minneapolis today. The 37-year-old victim has been identified as Renee Nicloe Good, a U.S. citizen. Tonight, we're seeing new video of witnesses pleading with federal agents to let them check on the woman after the shooting.
Oh, check up pole. No, back up now. I'm a physician.
Hey, listen, we understand. We got EMS coming, and I get it. Just give us a second. We have medics on scene. We have our own medics.
Where are they?
Yeah, so they were pretty pissed. A woman got shot.
Where are they when the gangsters shoot innocent black kids on the weekend, 50 at a time? Where are they complaining about? Where is the ambulance? Where are the medics? Where are they? Where is that doctor helping those goddamn gangsters? Those people, innocent people, are getting shot. Where is he? Nowhere to be found. Having his white wine in his country club. That's where he's at. Sons of bitches. If they took that much energy to fight crime, there'd be no more crime. Go fight it. Go do hand-to-hand combat with the fucking gangsters, the Latin Kings. Go fight the Latin Kings. Stupid assholes.
That again.
No! Now,
And that's all she wrote. So I don't know, man. I've watched this video over and over again. I see a car. I see an agent trying to open the car. And I also see an agent in front of the car. And then I see the car move forward aggressively. I see the agent that's standing in front of the car jump out of the way. And as he's jumping out of the way, he's pulling the trigger. Now, it just seems like common sense to me. If I'm inside of a car and there's an armed individual in front of me, whether he's directly in front of me, whether he's a little to the right or a little to the left, hell, he might even be, pretty much either side.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing I'm going to do is step on that gas because I'm in control of a 1-2 ton vehicle that can be used as a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So common sense tells me that I better not move that car or I may be shot.
Mm-hmm.
What do your senses tell you?
It's the totality of the circumstances. I used to do use of force cases on a regular basis when I was with the department. And we're governed by Graham decision, the Tennessee v. Garner decision, the Brown v. United States decision. The Brown v. United States decision says, this is 1921 case in 1921, and it established there is no duty to retreat, and it applied to law enforcement. It got applied to law enforcement as the years went on. A cop has no duty to retreat. I was hearing people where you should have taken her license plate. You should have just gone home and gone her at her house. There is no duty to retreat during an active law enforcement activity. You just don't. How can you? You do a car chase, you catch him, and then you let him go? You're in a fight for your life and you run home as a cop? It doesn't work that way. The totality of the circumstances. Look, what was she doing there? What happened before? She was following the cops. She was blocking the cops with a car. She was interfering in an active law enforcement activity, which she had no knowledge, inside knowledge about what they were there for, who they were there for, what the warrants were, what the paperwork was, who were they going to apprehend. She didn't know that, but there she is interfering herself willingly and purposely in a law enforcement activity with armed men.
Let's look and see what the legal documentation is. So I got this straight from the Department of Justice. This is section 116000, Department of Justice policy on use of force. Then we go into section 200, verse 1. Firearms may not be discharged solely to disable moving vehicles specifically. Firearms may not be discharged at a moving vehicle, and here's the key word, unless 1, a person in the vehicle is threatening the officer or another person with deadly force by means other than the vehicle, or 2, the vehicle is operated in a manner that threatens to cause death or serious physical injury to the officer or others, and no other objectively reasonable means of defense appears to exist. Okay, so I see in this situation that the vehicle was operated in a manner that was threatening to cause death or serious physical injury to the officer. That's how I read that.
You don't shoot the car. The car is not stoppable. You shoot the driver. He is the threat. You shoot as many times to eliminate the threat and the driver, because you can turn left. You can jump out of the way left, and the driver can follow you left. You don't stop the car, you stop the driver.
No. Yeah, but what if it's a Waymo?
Well, that's a different court case. Policies are written according to Supreme Court decisions.
Yeah.
And you have to read it in sections.
Right.
Because the first half of the policy is the will and the belief of the department, the county, the state, the mayor. You cannot restrain the inmate. That is the department, the chief, the lawyers talking because they don't want any problems. They don't want riots. They don't want lawsuits. But they have to include unless, you always have to read it with that connection.
Right.
Unless he's facing an imminent threat, he's beating you up because of the court cases. They can't separate. They have a wish list of don't use your gun, don't shoot nobody. Come on. Unless he's a threat. So
yeah,
as much as they don't want you to shoot at moving vehicles,
sometimes you have to.
Exactly. Sometimes you have to.
All right, let's look at some more black and white. Let's see what the President of the United States had to say about this. So this is a Truth Social post by Donald J. Trump, our president. I have just viewed the clip of the event which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator, and the woman driving the car was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting, who then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer, who seems to have shot her in self-defense. Based on the attached clip, it is hard to believe he is alive, but is now recovering in the hospital. The situation is being studied in its entirety, but the reason these incidents are happening is because the radical left is threatening, assaulting, and targeting our law enforcement officers and ICE agents on a daily basis. They are just trying to do the job of making America safe. We need to stand by and protect our law enforcement officers from this radical left movement of violence and hate. I gotta say, I agree with him. How long have we been watching local law enforcement, local politicians do nothing as their citizens get in the face of these ICE agents?
There's several Supreme Court cases on self-defense, and they all say one thing: you do not have to get stabbed with the knife before you shoot him. The knife has to be here. It doesn't have to be in your flesh. So that car, he didn't have to get hit and spun in the air before he shot her. It doesn't make any sense that you have to get shot or stabbed or knocked out before you defend yourself.
Yeah, people have to understand you don't have the luxury of knowing in the moment if the driver is going to directly run you over or if he's going to go to the right or to the left. You don't have that knowledge in the moment. All you know is that the big car is moving towards you. You don't have the luxury of knowing that at the last second, it's going to go to the right or to the left.
The intent of the individual is not taken into account per se.
But the fact
as
of the
long as
matter
the gun is there, as long as the car is there and she's moving, you don't have to know, oh, well, she was intending to brake. She was intending to stop.
But that's
you don't know that.
But that's the thing. That's the magic word, intent. There is intent. There is intent to do something. And the situation that is transpiring is that she's in that car. The car is pointing at you and it's starting to aggressively move.
Arthur, she had a history of using her car as a tool, as an aggressive tool, blocking the agents in, following them, chasing them. She had a history of using her car in ways that it was not intended. You don't use your car as a tool in that way. You use your car to pick up the groceries. But she didn't do that. And all she had to do
was get out of the car.
Was to stay there. Just stay in the car. And let the cops approach you, deal with the cop. She didn't have to step on the gas. No normal person flees. What normal, have you fled a traffic stop? I've never fled a traffic stop, ever. And that's basically what it was. It was a traffic stop.
Obviously, the left is saying that this officer was in no way, shape, or form in danger, that she was just trying to flee a dangerous situation. The left is saying that this officer was not in danger. But let's see what Tim Pool has to say.
Vehicle stops here. The wheels are pointed left. As you can see, the officer is standing right in front of the vehicle. Now watch this, right there. You see the front tire? Watch the front tire right here. The wheels are pointed left, and she accelerates. The wheel spins out on ice. Then, with the wheels pointed at the officer, having spun out already, meaning the officer can hear the engine rev with it pointed at him, he draws his weapon. And in a second, because this is slow mode, she then begins to turn right, hitting him, and he shoots. I want to stress this again. Her front tire on her SUV is spinning out on the ice. You can see it right there. It spins on the ground. It slips. The officer, who was not standing in front of the vehicle before she backed up and pointed at him, and then accelerates with her tires spinning out, and then moving forward, he draws his weapon, and then the wheel turns to the right. Now, of course, people have said she only tried to turn right after the gun was drawn. Maybe, but I'll put it like this. I don't know what her intentions were.
Nobody knew what her intentions were.
Okay, the fact of their claim that she was trying to flee is completely negated by the fact that she was pursuing. How can you be fleeing when you're pursuing the cop? You are chasing the cop. You're not getting away from the cops. So you can't have it both ways. Either you're pursuing the cop, interjecting yourself physically into their affairs, or you're getting away from them. I'm sorry, you can't have it both ways. Second, court cases take into account the weather, the temperature, the atmosphere, the environment. And he's right. It was cold. It was slippery. It was icy. It was wet.
Yeah.
And the tires are spinning. Him get out of the way. It's a miracle he didn't slip on the ice and she ran him over. It's a miracle he stayed on his foot. If you could play the video of her going, there's a cop. You can see a cop fall over here. He slips.
Listen, Edgar, listen. When I walk my dogs and I'm crossing the street, some of the things that I fear the most are loud engines. If I can hear a car approaching and the engine is revving, or let's say a motorcycle, you know, those guys that ride those rice rockets.
Yeah.
And you hear that engine just ram. It scares the shit out of me. I take my dogs and I'm like, let's hurry up and get on the sidewalk, guys. Because if a car comes roaring down the street and God forbid he loses control, there's no guarantee that he's not going to swerve and run us down. That happens all the time. It happens all the time. So you asked me for a video. Well, I'm going to show you a video where you can actually see the vehicle come into contact with the ICE agent's leg. All right, let's take a look at this. Now, it's hard to see. It's grainy, but this is a police officer that fired the shot. Here we go.
And then I saw her face.
Oh.
Did you see him get hit? He got physically hit by her car. Here is the police officer. Here are his legs. Watch very closely. I'm going to hit play.
And then I saw her face.
It's a miracle he's still standing on ice on that cold weather. It's a miracle he didn't fall down and she ran over his legs.
Okay, so did you see that clearly, old man?
Yeah.
So it's not in dispute. There is hard physical evidence that she hit him hard. She hit him hard with that car.
He's a tough son of a bitch still standing.
So you get what you get.
Right there's the theory of liability, proportional liability. Did you put yourself in the situation going beyond the barrier? It says no entry, beware, be careful, but you went there anyways.
So apparently this police officer, get a load of this, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that alert button. By the way, this police officer has been hit by cars before. This isn't the first time this police officer has been almost run over by a car. Elon Musk, the real life Iron Man, the real life Tony Stark, posted this on X.
ICE arrest in the Twin Cities is leading to even more charges.
This home security video shows the driver taking off during a traffic stop, dragging a deportation officer with him. New at 10, WCCO's Uba Ali walks us through this video and the political firestorm behind it.
What began as a planned federal immigration arrest took a violent turn in this quiet Bloomington neighborhood. And it was all caught on camera. According to a federal complaint, agents were executing a warrant for 39-year-old Roberto Carlos Munoz. They say Munoz entered the country.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Isn't that a face your mother would love?
Yeah.
Unlawfully. And he also pled guilty to fourth-degree criminal sexual conduct back in 2023 for abusing a minor. Tuesday morning, agents pulled him over. Court documents say he repeatedly refused to comply before a federal agent took out his spring-loaded window punch with his right hand and broke the driver's side rear window. These images show the officer's hand in the vehicle. In this video, you can see the driver take off with the agent hanging from the car, dragging him 300 feet through front yards. These graphic images show the aftermath. A bloody agent who needed 33 stitches for his significant.
This agent is the same agent that shot the woman yesterday. This agent is the same agent who was hit by the woman yesterday.
Significant cuts. And now a political battle with a top Homeland Security official criticizing Governor Tim Walz, posting on X, instead of comparing ICE law enforcement to the Gestapo, Walz should be thanking our brave law enforcement. The Department of Justice says a request for Munoz to be held after that 2022 arrest was, quote, not honored by local authorities, and Munoz was released.
Munoz was released.
Yeah, welcome to a democratic run society. The criminal takes precedent all the time.
So let's all understand this good and well. The police officer that was involved in the shooting yesterday has a history of being run down by cars.
Well, you know, they're around cars. They're around vehicles. How can you avoid it? If we had horse and buggies, we would be around horses. But we're not. We're surrounded by vehicles. You do a stop. You do a vehicle stop every single day. There's a cop doing a vehicle stop somewhere on the highway, and he runs the risk of being dragged, being hit, being run over, being shot every day. Vehicles are part of our life.
So I'm getting worried because the left is fuming. I started the show showing clips, one of TikTokers celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. Oh, they were just loving it.
Yeah.
And then we had that video of the Capitol police officer that shot and killed Ashley Babbitt.
Yeah. In fear for his life. He was protecting lives. He was protecting himself. He was the chaotic scene. Yeah. But this officer isn't given the same opportunity. How convenient. Yeah.
Right.
We shoot Charlie Kirk because he deserved it. But this woman didn't get what she put herself into. She goes into the fire and she got burned. But that's a catastrophe. But you go shoot Charlie Kirk because he asked for it.
Ashley Babbitt got shot in the neck.
Yeah.
And the
Through
whole
glass.
left,
Through glass.
Through glass. There was a locked door between them. I could argue that Capitol police officer wasn't in imminent danger. I could argue that.
But he's a hero.
But he's a hero. So why is the left, why is that Capitol police officer a hero, but this ICE agent is not?
Is the villain.
Why is he the villain?
You asked, yeah. What?
So the left is getting pissed. And you know what?
As always.
A lot of tension is starting to boil over. Let's start off with this guy.
After this Minnesota thing, I'm really questioning when the left's going to start playing Papa Cop. Tag DHS. I am Antifa.
Papa
Wow.
Cop. Wow.
Wow. So he basically is saying, I wonder when we're going to murder police officers. When is the left going to, like, are you serious?
Wow.
FBI, please go pay that guy a visit.
He had the gall to put it on the internet?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we have a tweet by the ex-champion of the UFC, the great Sean Strickland. Let's see what he had to say. Sean says, about time these entitled protesters are being shot. It should have happened sooner. Every single country has immigration law. Every single country enforces immigration law. You want to go out there and stop law enforcement? You should get shot. So I read that and I'm like, shit, man. Tension is getting high.
Yeah.
That pot is starting to boil over. And I'm just wondering when we're going to start to see rioting.
If she had been black, you would have Best Buys looted right now. Because that's what they do with the rioting. It's just an excuse to go steal some stuff. But if she had been black, you would have fights. But since she's not black, she's a white lesbian, nobody cares. You know, except for white people, white progressives. But I don't think there's going to be a burning of the country over a white lesbian. That's just me.
And here you have the flip side. And I really wish the right wouldn't do this, but they're starting to slip. Here's a tweet of the woman that was killed. And if you can see, here she is. Listen up, fascists. And then, boom, there's a picture of her getting shot in the neck. A la Charlie Kirk. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. We're not. It's by an account called The Left Can't Meme.
Oh,
They
okay.
celebrated Charlie Kirk's murder minutes after he was shot. They deserve this mockery. A retarded woman who got herself killed for trying to run over law enforcement. Get F, rest an S word, bozo. I don't like to see this, man. We're better than this.
Yeah, that was.
Look, I mean, look.
Mhm.
She was a mother. She had a life, and you do this. Come on, man. We don't need to do this. I support that officer entirely, but we don't need to go here. We don't need this.
Well, Arthur, progressives that I've dealt with don't live in reality. They've never been
course
punched
not.
in the face. They've never been in a fight. And so they don't understand. You interfere with a man with a gun,
Yeah.
you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
They don't get it. They think that they can stop a bullet. They can stop a nuclear bomb.
And why do they think that? Because the media has been brainwashing these people, because local politicians and local law enforcement let them. They allow this. Oh, well, we're not going to get involved. We don't agree with this. I have been that somebody is going to get hurt.
Arthur, it's more psychological than that. It's a very childish way of looking at the world. That you're not going to get hurt. There is no bad guys. You're not going to get the boo-boo. This guy is not going to hurt me. This situation is have it under control. That's a very childlike way of looking at the world. She didn't expect that, oh crap, there's a guy with a gun. She's actually put. I bet that was a complete shock to her.
Well,
She didn't think, yeah.
That's my point, is that these people suffer no consequences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't.
And that's why they feel that they can do this shit. Now, let's look at what's starting to happen.
Protest tonight in Minneapolis. An ICE agent shot a woman there, witnesses say, in the face as she was in her car. She is dead. He killed her. And you are looking at live pictures right now of the streets in Minneapolis. You can see all of those lights. This is a vigil near the site where the shooting took place. Crowds have been growing all night. They are chanting, "Say her name." And we have just learned
that mantra again.
She is a 37-year-old woman, as we said, and her name is Renee Nicloe Good.
Her name was Renee.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, what about Ashley's name? What about Ashley Babbitt?
Yeah, I could go on with all kinds of names.
You never wanted to say Ashley Babbitt.
Mm-hmm. What about Derek Chauvin's name? Let's say his name. Let's get him out of prison. How about that guy?
You know, because that's what they want. They want their sacrificial lamb. They want their Derek Chauvin. We demand you give us this ICE agent, and you give him to us now.
Yeah.
And it's not happening. Not this time.
Mm-hmm.
They gave you, I'm not going to say they gave you Derek Chauvin. He's rotting in prison right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they demand, because they always get their way, they demand their sacrificial lamb, and they're not getting it, and they're getting pissed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. No, he was well within. Policy does not make a constitutional right. You got to separate the two. Just because he violated department policy doesn't mean he violated her constitutional rights.
Right.
He had a constitutional right under the Supreme Court cases to use self-defense under the Fourth Amendment. That a shooting is a seizure under the Fourth Amendment.
His left leg got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Bro, that's it. He got hit by a car. You cannot sit here and tell me he wasn't in danger. He was technically, physically run down by a car. The car hit him.
He had every legal right to be there. The Supreme Court has dealt with this for time and time again. Oh, the cops shouldn't have been there. No, the cops have every legal authority to be in your space, to be there where you're committing crime. I'm sorry.
So let's look at the water that's boiling. Here we go.
The storm is here. When we come, one, we go all. No one can stop what is coming. Get here, guys. We need you in Minnesota. These people are fucking terrorists.
Patriots, get out of here. We need to back up. And all you liberal commie motherfuckers, keep your hands to yourself. You're gonna get hurt today, all right? We executed one of you yesterday. We executed one of you yesterday. You understand that? We executed one of you yesterday. Don't get hit.
Wow.
Look at that fat
executed
liberal
you.
woman.
We executed one of you yesterday. Wow. Wow.
And who's there? Fat liberal white ladies. Oh my God.
Yeah.
On the
I've
other
said it.
side.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Malcolm X said it. Malcolm X said it. The white liberal woman. Beware. Beware.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Repeal the 19th. Yeah, that's where we are, man.
You know, I've never, ever in my entire life, or I guess I'm old-fashioned, seen a traffic stop, seen a guy, cops dealing with gangsters on the sidewalk. You drive by this shit in LA all the time, especially in the 70s and 80s. We used to see it all the time.
Right.
You know, let me stop and run and see what they're up to and get in the cop's face and pull his gun and see what happens. Never. You don't do that. It's like going into a battlefield. Are you an idiot? Running across shooting? I mean, oh my God. Yeah.
Let's look at an account that I always enjoy watching. So this guy is on X. Hell's his name? I forget his name, but let's hear what he has to say.
An ICE officer just killed a civilian. But was she innocent? Many are saying yes, based on this clip.
No! Shame!
You see that cop falling, slipping on the
Looks
ice?
like cold-blooded murder, right? Now, before you react, ask yourself, is there something I'm not seeing? Because there's another angle. One mainstream media isn't showing you. Watch. Here it is one more time. Look closely. Her car makes contact with the officer. You can see him jolt backward. And here's a picture showing a bullet through the front windshield, consistent with the vehicle accelerating forward into the agent's path. Now, let's walk through the facts. Is this woman's death a tragedy? Of course. She's a human being. Are you allowed to interfere with law enforcement and then accelerate away when they confront you? No. Did her car make contact with an officer as she accelerated away? The video appears to show, yeah. Did she intend to hit him? We don't know. But let's be charitable and assume no. If your car contacts an officer while you're fleeing, can that officer use deadly force? Yeah. Can the officer know your intent?
So we just read over the DOJ.
The policy, yeah.
The policy. And yeah. And again, you just heard this gentleman say, do we know if she intended to hit him? We don't have the luxury of knowing that. But was he in his right? Yes, he was.
If these liberals, these Democrats, are walking down the street and they see a drug deal go down, 2 or 3 guys exchanging drugs, cash, are they going to interfere with their business? I'm asking the question.
No. Well, put it in the comments. Do you think if they saw a drug deal going on, are they going to interfere with that business? And if they do interfere with that business, would it be a shocker if they got shot or stabbed?
I bet you 100% no. And you don't think these people in the course of their lifetime haven't seen a drug deal? Especially if they go to certain neighborhoods or they work downtown. They live in the suburbs, but they work downtown. And they see drug deals, but especially with the homeless. You don't think they're doing drug deals? Do they go to Skid Row and interfere with the homeless's business? Criminal activity? No, they don't.
Well, I saw a liberal approach a drug deal once, actually, and they went to the drug dealer and they said, if you've ever heard of BVX, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that alert button. Happened. True story. But yeah. Well, All right, man. That's going to be our show for today. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that alert button. Let's all try to keep a cool head. 2026 just started.
It's gonna be a hell of a year.
We're what, 8 days into 2026.
It's gonna be fun. Subscribe. Have some fun, man. Have some fun. Subscribe.
All right, Boomer. Well, I guess your last words are subscribe.
Yes.
Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Stay safe out there. Multiply. And I guess that's it for today. Boomer, out.